Hello and welcome to the part 1 of the A Simple Game series. So this series is going to be some parts, and inside these episodes we will start with at the first we will start with the very simple code that it will be created by the fundamentals of the Python, and then after that we will just build up and make it more advanced and advanced and advanced until we reach a rigid, good, firm project that we can actually say this is a good project. So let's just dive in the code. The first episode is going to be about creating the simplest version of this code, and after that we'll see how it goes. All right. So I will do the sketch of this in the in the Colab. And after that, we will move it to in the next steps, in the next episodes, we will move it to the VS Code. So the first thing that I need to do is actually talk about the MVP version of this. So the MVP version of this project is going to be, the MVP means, by the way, the most vital product. So the most usable, like the most usable and the simplest version of the product that can be ready very fast. All right. So the MVP is going to be a game that asks user to guess a number in certain amount of attempts, let's say. So this is the first thing that we will create today in this episode. So I will need random library because I will use randomness in my code, because this number that the game will generate is going to be random. So I will use this thing in here. So then I will say while true. So this while true is going to be a menu kind of thing. You will see how it works. So I will ask for a choice from the user. I will get the integer and I will get the input. The way that I will write this is just, it's one of the ways that you can write it. You can use case, select, all these things. And I mean, I just choose this one because it's just the most understandable and the most simple one that we can use actually. So all right, I will ask for a choice. The one is going to be start the game. 2, let's say 0 is going to be exit. We will do error handlings at one specific episode to see how it works. But for now, we will just create this, and I will say if the choice of the user is equal to 1, right? Then what I'm going to do is I will say, I will just, for now, I will just print started, something like this, but we will just, pass, in here, and we'll come back here to fill this. If the choice is equal to 0, I will say break. So this break is going to break this whole while loop, and it will just stop it. As you see here, the while true means this is an infinite loop as long as I break it by myself. So I just define conditions to break in here. So if I get 0 from user in this choice in the menu that I created in here, I will actually break the whole loop and end the code. So else, of course, anything other than 1 and 0, I will say print, and I will say let's just don't print anything. And I mean, we can just print. Let's just print and say invalid choice, right? This is what we're going to actually do. Let's just go back to the part that we have this code in here. So what I'm going to do actually is now generate random numbers. So the number is going to be equal to random dot. And if you see here, there's a lot of methods that I can use in here, but I will use something called randint. And this randint, I will give the range that I want to have the number. Let's say I want the number between 1 and 20, for example. And I will say attempts at the first is going to be, for example, let's say 0, and I will write a while loop. So ask this, like, the number on and on and on until I reach to the attempts that I have, that I want the user to be able to actually answer this question and the guessing game. So I will say, there is a rooster outside of my window. And it's just making me crazy. How long it takes for a rooster to live? I don't know. I need to search it up. Can you just please put this here, the editor? How long? How long they live? All right. Anyways, so this is the attempts. So now I will say while true again. But if I say while true, it's going to be infinite loop, but I don't want this. I mean, I can create an infinite loop, but I can do something like this. I can just, put my condition in here and make my life easier. I can say while attempts are less equal 5, for example, this is the number of attempts that I have, I will ask for the guess. So I will ask for the guess, and this guess is going to be integer number in inputs, and I will say enter your guess, and this guess, if the guess is equal to number that I have, I will print you win, and that is it. I can say attempts plus equal 1 after getting each guess, right? So plus equal 1 going to add up to this 0 each time. Else, I will say print you are wrong. Something like this. So if guess is something like this, like, I will say you win, else I will do this. But the thing is, I need to show a message to this user. So let's just run this and see, like, how it goes. You'll get my point, that what I need to add actually. So I run this code. If I hit 0, it will exit. If I hit run again, and if I go start the game, it will ask me for something. But it says the random is not defined, of course, because I didn't run this one. My mistake, I'm sorry. So I need to say 1, and now I will put my guess. For example, let's say my guess is 4. It says I'm wrong, so maybe it says 10. I'm wrong. 5. No. 6. No. 19. I'm wrong again. And I can say, like, 24, which is, like, outside there, and it's again said I'm wrong. So first of all, I can just say something like this. I can put an F here, and I can very simply do something like this to actually show the user. Attempts left can be the 5. So let me just, do this. N attempts and make it 5. And make it an attempt. So make it a variable so we can, like, easily work with it. So I can say number of attempts minus attempts itself, which is just defined in here. And it's better to make it like max attempts and max attempts. So make it work with the concept, right? So the max attempts, and I will say like minus attempts is going to be the attempts left. Let's see like if this part is working well. So I will say start the game. So I will say 5. You're wrong. Attempts left is 4. 2, 3 attempts left. 9 attempts left. And it will just, show me something like this. But it will show me the, like, attempts left is going to be the -1. So actually, I can just do something like this, +1 at the end to avoid this thing, actually. So it will avoid this -1 in here, and it will start from 5 attempts. So actually, it's going to be 6 attempts, right? this is how it works. Or, very simply, I can just start like this and I just put this 1 in here. And then I will be able to go on from there. Alright. But 0 is better. And I can just put +1 in here to make sense in there. Okay. So, what I need to do now is actually write a message at the end that's to show like game over kind of thing, style of kind of message. So, I will define something like guessed, and I will put it like, false at the first. And then I will say, if the guess is equal to number, then I will say guessed is equal to true. Why I do this? Because if I want to show a message after this in here, right? After like, finishing all the attempts that I had. So how can I say that, for example, if I say print game over, that's it. But what if also I need to break this in here? This is one thing. If I just guessed it wrong, I will break this loop and I will just go back to the main menu, which is in here, right? So this is one thing. And the other one is actually, I will put if guessed is equal to false, I will say that print game over. And after this, I will go back to the menu. So let's just try this thing. So I will start the game. First of all, let's just, do a debugging kind of thing in here. So, 4, 5, 3. And also, it will just tell me the guess input. So, because I put something like weird in here, that's why. And also, every time to check the number, I can say print the number to actually see what is the number. So, start the game. So, the number is full. So, I will say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, and game over, right? And there is something called 32 in here. I don't know what is that. That's this thing in here. I didn't put that in there. Okay, let's just exit. But it will show me game over if I lose without guessing it. But if I do this and I say start the game, and I say the guess, for example, the guess is 2. If I say 2, it won't show me game over and it will go to there. So this is the version that we can actually start to think of as MVP of this series. And we will just add more extra things in here. And we'll see how it goes. So in the next one, we will add a helper to the game. So it can guide hot and cold kind of thing. And also we can add some difficulty level for this game. And we'll see how it goes. So thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's see each other there was a monkey. Let's see each other in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.